Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Personal Peace Procedure Wednesdays with Wonderland free community tapping circle for April. The community voted on betrayal for this month's tapping circle. And so we are here to do some heavy lifting on that heavy emotional baggage that you may be carrying around with you anyway. So let's get real. Let's get deep. Let's feel safe in this space. Do what you need to do in your space to feel more comfortable. If that means lowering your lighting, getting a nice, comfortable blanket, always make sure that you have your water, some tissues, potentially a journal. But if you would prefer, you can use the worksheet that you can find in the portal to allow you to get nice and specific about a moment in time measured in minutes where you felt betrayal by someone. And people are sharing in the chat how betrayal shows up in their body and in their life. And as I mentioned before I hit record, sometimes that can mean that you find yourself more guarded when it comes to other people. Sometimes that can mean you find yourself more guarded when it comes to yourself. You not only lose trust in other people, but you might begin to lose trust in yourself. You might blame yourself. You might make meaning out of this event that you deserved it, you asked for it, you weren't good enough, whatever it is, tuning into that energy of betrayal so we can begin to work with the wound and potentially bring some new perspective around it. So people are sharing that it results in reservedness. It feels like, ugh. There's some regret around it. Shock. We'll definitely be working with the feeling of shock. And it feels like a constant companion sometimes, too much of a presence. And I'd love to shrink it way down. So good. That's our goal for today. There's some self judgment in there, all of these beliefs. What's wrong with me? If I were enough, they would have never done what they did. And then people are sharing that oftentimes I thought whatever happens to me is because I attracted that. So I start to wonder, why did I attract this to me? Not necessarily the best way to think in this person's opinion, but just begin to start exploring. What did I do to make them do that? Oftentimes, if it came from childhood, that is our first response because we cannot begin to believe that our parents would be at fault because then who's going to protect us? If our parents aren't safe, then there's no one. So it has to be us. It has to be us that made them do this. So, what do I need to do to fix it, to change it so it doesn't happen again? And sometimes it's just exhaustion with all the challenges. So, I encourage you right now to go ahead and tune into that event as we bring some grounding into the body, little by little, finding yourself paying more and more attention to your inhale as it slowly rolls in, into your exhale as it slowly rolls out. I like to just imagine it as an ocean wave coming into the shore. On every exhale, the water is returning back to where it came from. Tune into your body being held by the chair or the surface on which you're seated. And then begin to bring your attention into your heart or your belly, wherever you're feeling that. We can do a little somatic experiencing, placing our hands wherever we feel that, tuning into it and just talking to that part, to that sensation. I'm here now, and I'm open to feeling safe in this moment. Okay, so now we're going to meet the wound where it's at, get into the sensory experience of that event, whether it was a recent betrayal or a long time ago. Your nervous system may still hold on to the shock and the grief and the pain of that moment. So tune into that pain, gently meet it where it's at, where you may have felt let down or abandoned, or deceived or harmed by someone that you trusted. And tonight today, wherever you are in this world, we will begin to honor and perhaps soften the charge around those memories so something new can grow in their place. I'll be quiet for a moment as you tune into when have I felt betrayed? If you're having a hard time tuning in, just recognize it could be from a partner, a parent, a friend, a system. It could even be from yourself, betraying yourself. So tune into what happened, how it felt in your body, and especially what beliefs you took on about yourself and others. Right. For those of you that are still writing, please feel free to continue writing. And I also just wanted to say we will be having an info session right after this circle for the personal peace retreat. So if any of you are interested in staying after that, stay tuned. We'll be doing it right after we experience some shifts in this circle. So let's get started on the side of the hand. Couple of nice, full, gentle breaths. Remember, you can always change the words if they don't resonate with you. And if you can, and you're safe to do so, maybe say the words out loud. Sometimes it can feel a little bit more powerful when it's actually coming out of your mouth in a verbal way. Even though I feel betrayed, and it still hurts, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I carry this betrayal in my blank, I'm open to feeling it now so I can let it move. And even though I may have buried so much of this pain, I'm willing to feel it now so I can release it. Top of the head, this betrayal really hurt. Eyebrow, I trusted them. Side of the eye, and they let me down. Under the eye, I feel shock, pain, anger. Under the nose, part of me still can't believe it. Under the mouth, I keep replaying it in my mind. Collarbone, and I don't know how to let this go. Under the arm, and I don't want to be hurt like this again. Top of the head, there's part of me that was shocked. Eyebrow, blindsided. Side of the eye, left alone in the pain. Under the eye, maybe it wasn't fair. Under the nose, I didn't deserve that. under the mouth, but I still carry it. Collarbone, the story, the wound, the fear. Under the arm. And maybe it's time to let it begin to shift. Top of the head. Maybe there's grief I never gave myself time to feel. Eyebrow. I just kept going. Side of the eye. Pretending I was fine. Under the eye. But I wasn't. Under the nose. I felt broken. Under the mouth. But no one could see it. Collarbone. I hid the pain under the arm, but it still lived inside me. Good. Let's go to the top of the head and get into the specifics of your event. So take yourself there and paint that picture for you. Where were you? Who was with you? What did you see? So much yawning today, guys. Beautiful. Eyebrow. What did you hear? Did they say something? What did the place you were in sound like? Side of the eye, get really specific on the words that they said. Under the eye, and then how that felt in your body when they said those words. What did that betrayal feel like for you? Under the nose. Any other sensory aspects that can bring you even more into that space of this event? What it smelled like where you were. Under the mouth. Who are you to believe? Me, your husband, or a stranger? Very specific words. Collarbone, that feeling of embarrassment or regret, tuning in to the extra emotions you were feeling in addition to the betrayal. And maybe the betrayal didn't hit until later. Maybe initially it was shock, anger, defensiveness. Tune into those emotions too. They all go together. Under the arm. And it is safe for me to feel this now. Good. Since we're deep into the event, I don't want to close off this round just yet. So let's go to our finger points. It's like you're shaking my hand, and we go to that little corner of your nail bed facing up toward the ceiling. And then we'll go on to the pointer finger, tapping right there on the corner of the nail bed where it meets your skin. And then we'll move on to the middle finger, taking nice breaths, knowing that was then and this is now. And skipping the ring finger as we go to the pinky finger. And then going straight to the triple warmer point between your ring finger and your pinky finger bones on the back of your hand. Continue tapping here as you take a nice full gentle breath and close your eyes, settling into your body, settling into that place where the betrayal is living, and allowing some movement of the energy there as you open your eyes. And keep your nose pointed at me, but move your eyes hard down to the left. And then come back to center and move hard down to the right. And then come back to center and pretend there's a big clock in front of you. Make your eyes go all the way up to 12. And then slowly begin to circle your eyes all the way around the clock. Going any direction that you choose, just allowing your subconscious mind to come in Show you where you may have felt betrayed before, where you may still be carrying some energy around that, and just kind of sweeping it all up so that you can clear it all in one fell swoop. This feeling of betrayal, this lack of trust, this feeling of embarrassment, regret, reservedness, self-judgment, self-blame. And do 3 circles in that direction. And once you've completed that, go in the opposite direction. Just noticing any shifts in your body as you do this. If your breath is becoming easier to breathe, if your shoulders feel a bit relaxed. Sometimes you may have a complete different perspective on the whole story, so just stay open to all of that. And take your time. We'll all meet back here. For those of you that are complete with your circles, we'll just go straight to the side of the hand. And we'll stay here until everyone can join us. No need to rush. Good. Just pay attention to what is happening in your body right now. You may want to take some notes on your worksheet as well to see if your beginning set has changed at all with those few rounds. To see what's left there. There may be an aspect that you completely forgot about that you remembered as we did the eye circles. So it looks like almost everyone is done with the eye circles. Good. Okay, so we'll meet right back to the side of the hand and we'll say, even though I still feel the pain of betrayal, I am ready to stop living in the past and take my power back from this moment and this person. Okay, good. Let's take a little break. You can shake it out, you can stretch it out, do whatever feels good. Sometimes it's nice to just tap on a new point, get your thymus point, grab a sip, move that energy. Oh, wow, Nikki went from an 8 to a 2. Beautiful. So, Nikki, I want you to notice now if you were to imagine a future event where you may want to hide back into your reservedness. Imagine that future event and see if it feels like you are a little bit more comfortable to come out of your shell. And if not, let's keep exploring what might keep you in your reservedness. So it's just nice to just keep on digging, keep on seeing what's left in there. I have a lot of really beautiful words for us to reframe, but I like to always check in first, see where you guys are. So Erica's from a 9 to a 6. Wonderful. So ask that 6, what's left? What am I still holding on to? If I were to release the pain of this betrayal, then what? Sometimes it might say, then I would have to forgive them, and I don't want to do that because they don't deserve to get away with this. So pay attention to that. No one's going to force you to forgive anything in this group, by the way. It's not what we're here to do. We're here for you to move energy in whatever way feels good for you. It felt like a self-betrayal, but what came up, it was a betrayal by someone else that I hadn't acknowledged before. Okay. Good revelation there. Fear that it will happen again because it's still unresolved and ongoing. Yes. So, really hard to work on it when you're in the constant onslaught of it happening every day and you can't remove yourself from that situation or that person. So, then how do we fortify ourselves? How do we protect ourselves? Stay safe, knowing they may never ever change. But what can I do to make sure that I prioritize my self-care and that I don't let them chip away at my sense of trust in myself or in the world or in other people? So these are the questions to ask. Oftentimes we think this theme doesn't apply to us in our life, but it comes up, doesn't it? Big, hurtful betrayal all in my heart. Now, what a release with so much yawning. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. People are in different places in their lives, and I don't have to stay there with them. Nice. That does bring compassion. Very good. From a 9 to a 7, still living with the destruction of my self-betrayal from many decades ago. Yes. Okay. So I'm still seeing the consequences of the betrayal for myself, or I'm still living with the grief of the time that I've lost because I destroyed myself so much. There's a lot of different emotions in there. If I'm okay, they'll get away with what they did. Okay, good. Thinking has changed too. It was just another part of your crash course in healing. I love it. Chosen to remove this person from my life, but there's grief at the loss. Okay, we're going to honor all of this. I had a flash of joy when I thought about the reality that I don't have to ever see them again. I have power to protect myself from further abuse. Okay, good. So let me see how many of your words I can roll into this next round. Okay. Side of the hand. Even though this betrayal has taken up too much presence in my life, I'm here to shrink it way down. Even though there's some self-judgment, because I may have betrayed myself, I'm open to showing myself as much grace as I would show someone else. And even though I may have made it about me, thinking I did something wrong, or I caused this to happen, or I attracted this in, I'm open to having compassion that maybe this is just part of my crash course in healing. Good. Top of the head. I'm exhausted from carrying this around. Eyebrow. This lack of safety and maybe abandonment. Side of the eye. And I'm open to setting new boundaries for myself and the people around me. Under the eye. I betrayed myself. Under the nose. And maybe I'm afraid it will happen again. Under the mouth. And even if it does, I'm open to processing it differently this time. Collarbone. Humans are humans. Humans may betray me. And what if I don't take it as personally this next time? Under the arm. People are in different places in their lives. Just in case there's some anger there, let's get into the liver points. Just rub back and forth, or you can tap just right in the center, right where your ribs are. And what if I don't have to stay near these people anymore? Top of the head. What if I have the freedom and the right to leave? Eyebrow. And maybe I don't want them to get away with what they did. Side of the eye. But I know holding on to this energy is not punishing them. Under the eye, it's punishing me. Under the nose. And even if I can't remove this person from my life, under the mouth, I'm open to protecting myself more. Collarbone. And I honor the grief that I feel from removing them from my life. I'm going to stay on the collarbone a bit because I'm really feeling this one. I thought they were my friend. I thought they loved me and would be there forever. And they betrayed me. But part of me still misses the good stuff. And I can honor that too. Under the arm, because I have the power to protect myself from further abuse. Side of the hand. And even though I am no stranger to betrayal, and I may very well experience it again, I have tools and resources that I didn't have at that time. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself and all of my feelings around this. Okay, so tune in. Check back in with your worksheet. See if any of those sensory aspects are even fuzzy or feel like they are part of someone else's life. That's one of my favorite things that happens with EFT. Doesn't even feel like it was my life anymore. I feel distant or removed from it. So just notice, without judgment or expectation, has anything shifted? And do let me know in the chat because I don't want to reframe too quickly. I'm definitely feeling a shift in the collective energy. I'll let you know before I even signed into this call today, I was feeling the energy of the group. I was feeling like a bloat in my body and for no reason. I hadn't eaten anything. And I was like, I think betrayal is a big one. I think we're going to be moving a lot of energy today. And I feel strangely less bloated now. So however that shows up, we don't have to judge the body. It just does what it does. Okay, good. I have so much compassion for myself now and my suffering at the time. Good. I'd like to release tension from my body. Good. Sometimes it's nice to just shake it out. Just shake out the tension. Maybe even just get a little fluid, because the opposite of tension is fluidity. So see if you can feel into the water element in your body. And we'll tap a little bit on that too, but it's good to just introduce some new movement. It's okay for me to be very selective about who I choose to be my friends. Yes, it is. What an empowered statement. What a beautiful opposite of people-pleasing statement. I love that, Richard. Thank you. Yep, it happened. I don't have to ruminate on it now. I have let it go. Good. I have more room to bring better things into my life. I feel some relief, feeling less attached to it, to the moment of decision. Okay, good. I feel lighter, maybe some more compassion for myself. Good, Kelly. And I have some guilt inside of me from setting this boundary, like I don't deserve to do that. Okay, so we're going to honor a couple of those statements, and I think that we'll go ahead and throw in some reframe in there too. So, had to believe that it has faded. It's hard to believe that it has faded so much. It was so traumatic at the time. I know, it's magic. Sometimes, I mean, it's science, but sometimes it feels like magic for sure. But what a horrible time that was, and I'm no longer there. Okay. Yeah, when it's not just me, it involved children, then it can also lead to some sadness. And there may be some moment in there Or we can say, that's not mine. It's unfortunate for the children, but I don't have to carry that either. So let's go ahead, and I'm not forcing that, Bonnie. Please don't feel like you need to embrace that right now. Just be open to it. Just be open to it. Okay. So, actually, is this the reframe? These are the beliefs I took on. I think I'm going to skip all that because I think we're moving past that. So, I'm going to honor, even though I may feel guilty about setting this boundary, it's okay for me to be very selective about who I choose to be my friends. And even though I would like to release some of this tension in my body, I trust my healing process and I invite the flow of water into my cells. And even though there may still be more work to do on this, it has faded quite a bit. And it's hard to even believe. But I'm proud of myself for doing the work. Good. Top of the head. Something inside me stayed whole despite this experience. Eyebrow. Even through the heartbreak. Side of the eye. I didn't deserve that pain. What a horrible time that was. And I'm no longer there. Under the eye. And I deserve peace now. Under the nose. I'm choosing to move forward. Under the mouth. One breath at a time. Take a very intentional, conscious breath there. Collarbone. I give myself permission to heal. Under the arm. I honor my resilience. Top of the head. And I trust my instincts. Eyebrow. I honor my boundaries. Side of the eye. I don't ignore red flags anymore. Under the eye. I listen to my inner wisdom. Under the nose. Because I have learned so much. Under the mouth. And that knowledge is my power. Collarbone. I choose to protect my peace. Under the arm. And I am safe and worthy to have loving connection. Let's go to the side of the hand. Even though I've been hurt before, I'm open to love, connection, and trust in a new way. Good. Top of the head. I no longer live in the past. Eyebrow. I choose to live in the present. Side of the eye. Not everyone will betray me. Under the eye. There are people who are safe. Good. So just think of 3 people if you can. If you get 1, that's good. Think of people that are safe in your life right now. Beautiful. Under the nose. And I know how to find them. I know where they are. Under the mouth. I open to aligned, supportive relationships. Collarbone. I open to joy. Under the arm. I trust myself I love myself. And I choose freedom. All right, let me see if there's anything else I want to include in here. I'll just go to the sore spot for a moment. I don't have to ruminate on it now. I have let it go. I have more room to bring better things into my life. I have more room to bring better people into my life. And I feel more and more compassion for myself. Good. Okay. So let's go ahead and place your hands on your body wherever it needs a little comfort and just say, I'm proud of you. I love you. I believe you. I got you. And now I'd love for you to just close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself walking away from that betrayal with your head held high, with the cords of pain dissolving behind you, and you walking forward with your heart intact and your wisdom shining. Good. Betrayal doesn't get to define you. Your healing defines you. You defined you. Define you. So let this be one more step toward reclaiming trust in yourself, in life, and in love. All right. So let me know in the chat just one word to describe how you're feeling right now. Could be more than one word. I'm not too picky about it. Tell me how you're feeling. And then maybe what you're taking away from this circle. There's also a little spot at the bottom of your worksheet where you can take away insights. You may have more to work on. A new event may have come up. Good. Hope, peace, relief, freedom. Oh, you guys, those words are just so beautiful. Free and lighter. Yes, let's chuck all that emotional baggage. They're not feeling it. We were feeling it. So many yawns today. I'm just loving it. Peace, peaceful and light, more open, space to heal. Good, good. And you can take all of that with you so that you can kind of have your resource the next time it happens. Prepare yourself. Being in this life, in this density, in these bodies, we are going to experience other humans. That generally means they will not meet our expectations, and sometimes that can feel like betrayal. So begin to allow yourself to honor those emotions and let them move through you. You are not your emotions, you are the observer behind them. Stronger in my power, confident, lighter, excited for growth, more open hearted. I love it. Beautiful. And we only did that in like 45 minutes. I think we're getting faster and faster every time. Beautiful. Okay, well, I'm going to stop recording and thank you everyone who will be joining on the replay, and be sure to join the Facebook group. We will be voting on next month's theme for May. Also, please tune in for the Personal Peace Retreat info session after this. We do have an early bird special until April 11th where you can save $300 on your admission fee. Please email me if you have any other questions. And then also, if you're feeling like you're stuck and can't move past a procrastination block, check out my new workshop, Find Your Flow, which will be June 21st and 22nd. You can go to offerings.amandawonderland.com/find your flow, and you can sign up there. All right. Love to everyone. We'll see you next month.